This will be the hardest video that we've ever done. Grandma's helping me film today, so she went in through that gate right there and is coming around, and I got the water turned on, and we're gonna go in here. I'm gonna hand the camera off to Grandma. Who is that, chickens? Who is that, birds? Here you go. Hi, Grandma.
Hi.
Let me go in here first, and I want their eggs. Now we're going to be a little shy around you. All right, hi girls. Anybody in here? No. How many eggs? Oh, hi. Hello. Come in here, Grandma. Look. Are you laying an egg?
You.
Good girl. How many we got here? All right, look at there. I don't know if that's Harrietta. Harrietta, how are you? Hi, birds. You want your eggs? Say, who's with you, Grandpa? Who is that? Well, good job, girls. And see, she was sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs last night when I came over. All right, man. It's okay. There's an egg right there. She just laid an egg. Good job, Harrietta.
Aww.
I won't take it. Come here. Come on. Hey, you want your eggs? Come here. Oops, somebody. Did you hear Harrietta jump down?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know what it was.
Oh, easy. Turbo. Okay. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna try. You want an egg? You guys want, girls want an egg? Come here. You ready? Come here. Here we go. Here's another one. Come here, girls. Come on. Hi, Nellie. Come on, honey. Here we go. There you go. You get out there, Nellie. They're all out here.
There he is. He's coming. He went your way.
He runs right under there.
Yep.
And then they all, just because they just, next time, try it again. Need to check and make sure. Hey, girls. Hey, Grandma. Aren't you pretty? I'm one of these days, Grandma. I'm going to make everybody see.
I know. We're going to.
Good thing. Back up, huh? Back up, girls. Back up, Grandpa. Back up, huh? Bring thing to do. I can't get her to take her bowl back up there. So tomorrow morning I'll have to come get it. Take it up there. At least they don't bother her that way. But yeah, the last 2 nights in a row, that's where she's ate dinner. She's special. All right. Yeah, somebody's wanting to know if they were going to get any bigger. And I don't think they'll get much bigger. I hope they don't. You know what I mean? I don't know what they weigh now. 110, 120. I'm not sure. I couldn't pick one of them up.
Well guys, this is not going to be an easy video to do, but we know we have to share this with you.
We're doing it because we know y'all want to know what happened.
Yeah.
You have prayed for her and prayed for us, and I don't think it wouldn't be fair if we didn't share this part of it, but this will be the hardest video that we've ever done. Smokey had been doing, I thought, better. She still had not gotten her sight on blood pressure medicine. Y'all know that. I'm not going to cover all that again. Just waiting to finish some medicine so that we could get another urine sample and go from there. She had had a seizure several weeks ago. So she was kind of just going and staying the same. So I came out this morning. She wasn't out here in the corner where she usually is with the goats. And every morning when I look out here, if I don't see her, I panic a little bit. And I checked the camera this morning at 3:30, 4:30, something like that. I checked it at midnight. And, come here, kitty. And I checked it. And she was laying up there with the goats in the old shelter, laying down in the hay, sound asleep. Everything was fine. So a couple hours later, I'm coming out, and I didn't see her. And I looked over here. I saw the goats, and they were hollering. I saw Smokey up by that small man gate up there to the north. And she was not good, and I could tell she was not good. So I ran up there, and she was having a seizure. So I grabbed hold of her and held on to her to try and get her to calm down. And she kind of did, but she was shaking. And I thought, like last time when I took her, they gave her some diazepam and she calmed down. And I thought, you know, if I could just get her through this and she could calm down, I will take her to the vet again. But in that state, I couldn't just pick her up and go. I tried to get her to calm down. So she did a little bit, and I started to pick her up, and she started in with another fairly violent seizure. Hi, kitty. Come on. And I come here, babe. Okay, I got you. So again, I got a hold of her and was talking to her and petting on her and loving on her. And so I knew I had to get up here to the truck. So I picked her up. I knew I had to get up here and get the truck and get her to the vet. So I picked her up, brought her over here to the gate where we're at now. And so I had to leave her. I had to leave her a little bit. I had to leave her because I went in and got Leanne and told her I needed her help. And she came out and she held the gate for me. I backed the truck up, got Smokey in the truck, and we headed out to the vet. Got her down there. They gave her a shot of diazepam while she was in the truck, like they did last time. She was still seizuring, is that what you call it?
Seizing.
She was still seizing and shaking. Really wasn't, to me, coherent. So the vet come out, they give her the diazepam, and he came out and looked at her and he said, look, when you have seizures, when an animal has seizures, the body fights it so hard that their temperature goes up internally. And they took her temperature at the same time they gave her diazepam. Her temperature was 110 degrees internally. It's supposed to be about 102, and he said she's super hot. So he said, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'll leave it up to you. And he stopped talking, and I knew what he meant. I said, what can we do for her? And he said, well, here's what we'll do. We'll take her over here to this other building. And he said, we'll give her an IV. And he said, it will cool her down. He said, my fear is that she's going to have a lot of brain damage from the body heating up so much internally. He said it could be brain damage. All of your vital organs come to the aid of your body, but they pick and choose which ones shut down. They will start shutting down to save the whole body. So he said, I don't know what's happening inside. But he said, if you want to, we'll do that. And I said, well, I'd like to try to do what I can. So we took her into the other building, laid her on the floor, and there were two young ladies that were awesome. Came in and started giving her, they put the IV in. And by then she'd really calmed down, you know. She was still jerking a little bit. I don't know how else to describe it. They got the port in, and her breathing slowed way, way down. And they were still trying to put it in. I looked at her and I said, girls, she stopped breathing. And they stopped what they were doing and checked her, and she was gone. They asked me if they said, do you want to do CPR? You want us to revive her? We had already had a talk about her quality of life and what was to come next if she got through this. The doctor had said that her history right now, he said, we've done all the medicine we can do. She did not, and I asked him, she did not have diabetes. The blood pressure medicine was doing two things. One, if she did have high blood pressure, it was going to helpfully stabilize it. Also keeping her from doing damage to her liver and her kidneys. It was all working together. The doctor told me that and shared it with me. He said, seizure medicine at this point was not going to help her. Even if we had been giving it to her, he said, if she's got something going on like a brain tumor, something we can't test with blood or urine, he said, there's nothing you can do. He said, she's only going to get worse. He said, he said, she is not going to progress to the positive. He said, I do not believe that. Now, I already knew this information, okay? So when they asked if they wanted me to do, when they asked, do you want to do CPR? I said, no. I said, just let her go. She suffered enough. So I brought her home. I buried her here on the farm. They were very good.
They were excellent.
They were excellent. They were excellent all the way through this.
Very caring.
Very caring. they had done everything they could do, medically speaking. They had tested for everything. And they felt like this was something that, being that she's only 3 years old, had to be something from birth. Who knows what? Treated her for, you know, we just don't know. He said a brain tumor. He just did not feel like she would ever get better. So
there was a lot of blessings. And listen, we really, truly mean this. We want to thank you all for the prayers. But I want to ask a special favor. We get a lot of comments, and they're not always positive. But I'm going to ask you, if you have a negative comment, if you have a, you guys should have done this or you should have done that, please just keep it to yourself. We're still really trying to deal with this, and it's not been easy. And I would really appreciate it if you would just not send any negative comments. Just tell us that, you know, you're praying for us, and just leave the negative comments to yourself. We did what we thought was right. We did what we thought that we could do, and we appreciate the vet and all of the people down there. They were amazing, and we feel like everything was done that could be done. And you know, we don't want to make this a sad video, even though we know it's going to be a little bit sad. And you know,
well, your encouragement throughout all of this, yeah. I'm talking 100%, 100%. The advice, the things, the stories that you had about your own animals, that, hey, try this, do this, make sure this, you don't know how encouraging that is. All your comments, all your prayers and blessings, always, you know, just, because it was hard. It was hard seeing her like that, and you all kept saying, hey, hang in there, you're doing good, do what you can do. And I feel like we did that. And, you know, God knew, you know, God knows every sparrow that hits the ground. So one way or the other, our prayers were answered. God does not always answer our prayers like we want them to be answered. Even though I said, God, your will be done. That's the bottom line. And it hurts when it goes this way. It hurts bad. And I'm telling you right now, and I know that some folks out there who have never laid a hand on Smokey, they never saw her, feel the same way we do. Mm-hmm. I know you all do. I know that you're going to be hurt. You're going to cry. You're going to mourn with us. And we know how you feel.
But where there's sorrow, there's healing. And, you know, it'll take time, but
that is always my advice to anyone. I don't have advice for anybody. I just know after experience, and you know, when you've lived around as long as we have, and some of you even longer, time is about the only thing. Comfort from your friends and your family, and time. I want you to know that from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you. Can't say it enough. Okay, she's done. Now, I have not thought much about beyond today. Yeah, it's entered my mind. What do we do? I'm not even going to entertain things to do right now. We got to get over this. We love you guys. Thanks again for everything. And until next time.
Thanks.
Thank you. Love you all.
Love you.
God bless you. Bye.